Meta is introducing new protections for teens on Instagram. Their accounts will now automatically become what is going to be known as teen accounts. This is going to limit who can contact teens, as well as the content they see on Instagram. Those under the age of 16 will need a parent's permission to use less protective settings. The new protections from Meta come after years of critics claiming that the tech giant deliberately targets young users and doesn't do enough to tackle the mental health toll its products take on them. Meta's global head of safety, Antigone Davis, joins us for more on this. She's here on set. Antigone, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Really nice to see you as well.
Congratulations on the announcement. First, I'd love if you could just explain here what is new today, what an adult version or sort of standard version of Instagram looks like, and then what this means if you're a teenager. What will you see? What will you experience?
Yeah, this is a major change. It fundamentally reimagines the parent-teen experience online. It's a built-in set of protections for teens that speaks specifically to parents' top concerns. And as you mentioned, if you're under 16 and you want to move to less restrictive settings, you won't be able to do so without your parents' permission.
So the big thing that I hear there, though, is that Instagram has to know how old you are, which we know this is not an issue unique to Instagram, but when it comes to social media, that's often part of the problem, right? Is children who are younger than they say they are getting onto these apps. How are you going to ensure that you know how old users are?
Yeah, well, that's something that we've definitely been thinking about. First of all, there are tens of millions of teens who actually give us their age, and we're able to put them automatically into these protections. What we've also done is built new ways to verify the age of teens. So, for example, as these protections roll out, if we see a teen try to change to or add an adult account to an adult age account to their experience, we're going to ask them to verify their age. If we see a teen change their age so that they're older, we're going to ask them to verify their age. We're also building technology to identify teens who may be not telling us the truth about their age and then putting them into these protective settings.
And what do you mean by verify? Because when you download Instagram, if you want to get a new app, I mean, it used to anyway be as simple as you just enter in a birthday. You could say your actual date, but change the year. Is that going to be more difficult to do something like that now?
When you sign up, you still give stated age. But when we are asking you to verify your age, what we will ask you to do is either provide an ID, or we have a system that actually reads your facial features to identify whether you're over 18 or under 18.
What are the changes when it comes to content that will be served to certain ages?
It's a great question. I'm sure it's top of mind for parents because it's one of their top concerns. What we have are policies in place that are designed to say what's appropriate for everybody on the platform. We also restrict for people under the age of 18 certain content that they can't see, but maybe, for example, newsworthy for adults. Now, we also will not be recommending certain content to teens, content that doesn't necessarily violate our policies, but may be sensitive for someone under the age of 18.
So some of that content, as we've discussed in the past, has dealt with suicide, it's dealt with eating disorders, it's dealt with harmful challenges. In addition to this making it hopefully more difficult for that content to end up in front of eyes that are too young to be able to handle it, what's being done generally about that content that's harmful, period, about it being uploaded to the app?
So if content violates our policies, we have technology that's designed to proactively find that content and remove it from our platform. That technology is very accurate for most types of content. Over 95% of it is removed before people report it to us. But what this really does is, let me give you an example. So we have policies against nudity on our platform, and we will remove that content from our platform. But sometimes there's sexually suggestive content that you might see on our platform that doesn't violate those policies, but may not be appropriate. I certainly wouldn't have thought it was appropriate for my teen to see. This will not recommend that content to teens.
Is this an acknowledgement of a problem?
It is designed to speak to parents. We have been talking to parents for many, many, many months and have heard from them that their top concerns are who their teen is connecting with, what's the content that they're seeing, and time that they're spending on their phones. So we now will be putting teens into a private account automatically. That's tens of millions of teens. They will see less inappropriate content, and they'll be told after an hour, hey, you need to take a break. And I think also importantly is parents, if they are part of our supervisory tools, they will actually be able to set hard limits for their teens of any particular time. And at night, they can turn the app off so their teen can get a good night's sleep.
That, I think, is such an interesting piece of this, because I've done a lot of reporting. Of course, we know about the deteriorating mental health of our young people, but also how much sleep does contribute to that, and how much having one of these and scrolling on it all night means that you're not getting the rest. Why is that an important piece of this?
Because we know for teens that they may be interested in engaging with their friends after school, in the evenings. Let me give an example of my own experience. With my daughter, we had a rule. 10 o'clock, put the phone down. I had to take that phone, put it on a nightstand. Yeah. Now, parents don't actually have to do that. If they have these supervisory tools set up, they can actually go in, and between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m., they can actually put their teen into sleep mode, make sure their teen gets a good night's sleep.
And this is automatic for users of a certain age?
All of these protections are automatic. I think that's really important. Parents do not have to be involved in order to get these protections. But if a parent wants to be involved, they can be involved. And if their teen is under 16 and wants to change these, they've got to get their parents' permission.
Antigone, thank you very much. Big news this morning. We appreciate you coming by to tell us.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.